Right, guys, 1.7 is a big deal. There are so many changes happening in 1.7. Booker and I have decided to give this topic the cover it deserves, particularly with regards to vehicles, as in dropships and tanks.
Yeah,
Bookers.
well worth watching, guys. It's a slightly longer video than normal, like we say, because the topic is worth covering. So sit back and enjoy.
Right, well, Booker, tonight's discussion, dude, okay, mate, is all about 1.7. In particular, the vehicles, alright?
Vehicles.
Yes, vehicles, mate.
Vehicles. What do I know about vehicles? I don't know nothing about vehicles. I keep my feet firmly on the ground, and then I fall on it as I've been shot to several pieces of crap all over the place.
I know all about vehicles, mate. I tend to shoot them off the ground and out the sky, but...
You are indeed, yes, we know that you are the bane of any vehicle that comes along from your high perch, Bamster.
Well, dude, believe it or not, okay, I have actually managed to invite along a somewhat mediocre dropship pilot, and I'd like to introduce the Judge Rhadamanthus. Judge, say hi.
Hi, Bam. I must say I'm mildly enthused to be here.
I tell you what, you're one step up from what I am. God,
Yeah.
here I am again.
Right, well, Judge, dude, again, Booker and I have invited you on, and basically talk about the 1.7. Booker, do you have any questions about the post that CCP LOGIBRO put up? Vehicle changes, respecs, version 2 or whatever. Any questions, mate?
Let me think. Now, yeah, well, clearly that was posted. It's quite a while ago now, but we're still waiting for it, beginning of October. So, old LOGIBRO starts that post pretty much with saying that he wants to make a plan to make vehicles fun. Now,
yes,
I'm getting the impression that this might be a slightly one-sided fun right now, because Bam, how much fun do you have on your rooftops?
Oh, dude, I tell you what, every time a dropship particularly goes bang or a tank goes boom, I laugh my arse off.
Okay, now, Judge, how much fun do you have while you're flying your dropship?
I'm having a negative 1.2 billion ISK amount of fun when that happens.
That's not a lot of fun to be had, Judge. What is your take on the plan, the whole lot of it? All right, what is your take on make vehicles fun?
It's a good starting point. Vehicles should be fun, but they should be fun from both sides of the battle. And as it stands at the moment, it can be fun, but there's a whole lot of elements that make it not fun. And those are the things. The fact that my dropship is particularly expensive and particularly easy to kill. The fact that when I fight you on the ground, that you can see me and I can't see you.
Hang on, whoa, hang on,
He's a great, big, fat, heavy, with a massive, great, big, fat forge gun.
Oi, enough about the fat, yeah? Enough about the fat. I'm not that fat, okay? Jeez.
But
seriously, can't you see the glow from the forge gun? I mean, I'm just standing on the rooftop, you know, looking at you. I can see you. I can shoot you from halfway across the map. Why can't you see me, dude?
Well, I know you're very, very fat, and I'm flying above you, looking for this fat guy.
He is really fat.
Yeah, and, you know, so I'm hovering above, seeing, you know, looking down on the ground, and I see, right, I'm looking for a fat, slow, probably ugly guy.
Oh, what? Oh, I'm not ugly.
Listen, you need to invite this man again, Bam, okay?
Dick. Such a dick.
So there I am. I'm hovering over you, and I'm looking down, and I see some people below me. They're moving around, they're running around, but they're about 2 pixels tall, and they're tiny little black dots. I can't tell the fat, ugly one that's you from the marginally attractive one.
Me?
Yeah.
Actually, can you even see the suit? It's a bright yellow Logi suit from where you are.
It's literally, I'm not exaggerating, it's literally 1 or 2 pixels. I have a couple of videos on my channel, particularly Airborne Dust, which is a series I do, episode 1.4.4.
Yeah.
We talk about forge guns in that. And there's video footage which you can watch of me fighting the forge gunner. And there's lots of freeze frames, so you have time to draw it all in, and I point little fingers at certain parts of the screen. So just so you can see that I'm not exaggerating when I say you're a little black dot. You really are a little black, ugly dot. That I cannot tell. For as far as I'm concerned, from up in the air, you could be holding a Nova knife or a baguette. I really cannot tell.
So
But
there's
you
no
don't even see the charge. Yeah, sorry, you don't even see the charge as a forge gun is building up its charge to fire at you.
You sometimes see it. It depends on the map, and the problem is dropships have headlights, and the headlights make the map glow blue. And the blue is exactly the same blue as you get when a forge gun's charging. So even if you can see it, which often it just does not render, if you look at my videos, particularly the episode I just mentioned, you can see quite clearly in that the guy's forge gun does not glow when he starts to shoot me. So you have the situation where you're a black dot, your forge gun doesn't glow so I can't see you, and my headlights make 30% of the map glow the same blue that would glow if it was your forge gun charging. So as far as my eye's concerned, there's many areas on the map that could be a forge gunner but aren't. So when a real forge gunner turns up, I can't see him.
Okay,
And
but isn't this
makes it-
necessarily a rendering issue? Similar to what the tankers have. I know the tankers have actual real problems with rendering. You can see me, but you just can't see what I am or what I'm holding.
Yeah, and it does actually. It is kind of linked to the rendering, but the rendering is a completely separate issue.
Okay.
Because even if you drew in the fact that your gun was glowing, it would still be the same color. And even if you draw in on my screen, you're still a tiny dot. So even if you draw, I can't tell what you are. So even if rendering was perfect and I could see you from anywhere on the map, you would still be an indiscernible type of object, which could be a danger to me or it could not.
Yeah.
I've often likened it to imagine you're an AR user or
Yeah.
shotgunner. You walk into a room and you look in the room and you can see there's a guy in a black suit with red eyes, and you know that's a proto suit. And then you see a guy next to him, and the guy next to him is holding a nanohive in his hand. And you think, right, who do I engage? Which person should I shoot? You're not going to shoot the nanohive guy. He's no threat. You're going to shoot the proto suit. And
Oh hell yes, Proto goes down first.
yeah, because he could kill you. He's the danger.
He is the dangerous
particularly
one.
to
Yes,
you,
I agree.
You probably go down really easily. So
I'm a heavy, of course I do.
yeah, because your gun basically can hit this tiny circle in front of you, even though it's spewing out bullets. That's probably that's another
That's a
issue.
different issue. I think.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, so we have this scenario where the most players in the game can see an enemy and assess his threat, but from a dropship, from the air, I cannot decide which one of you is a danger to me. And I'm not asking for some sort of magical treatment where I'm instantly told from anywhere in the map I am that is the guy you should be shooting. I'm talking about the people I'm looking at, that I've managed to get above, that I've used my skill to fly near, to get above, to gain an advantage over, to sneak up behind in many cases. And when I point my weapon at them, or their three friends, I cannot tell which one of them I should shoot first, because, obviously an AV weapon will kill me. A non-AV weapon won't. So I need to target the threat.
So what
proto
do you
suit, as
suggest?
you will.
What do you suggest should be taken? What do you reckon? For vehicle users only, for example, dropshippers, there's different color chevrons for different color threats. Do you guys even get a lock-on indicator that you're being locked on by a swarm launch, or is it the first time you know you're getting hit by a swarm is when you get hit?
Yeah,
I mean,
the first
that
thing
would
we
help
know
a
is-
lot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would definitely help, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend a lock-on indicator because then if I'm facing the wrong way and the swarm launchers manage to get behind me, he should have that advantage. He's used skill and tactics to outmaneuver me,
Fair
and
play.
he should have that. But so I should have some sort of warning that, like you say, a coloured chevron, which is something I've put in one of my latest videos showing what it should look like from the air. That shows me that guy below me is a swarm launcher, because I am looking at him. I just can't see because he's too small. So it wouldn't be too unfair an advantage to say, right, the yellow chevron of the guy you're looking at is the threat.
So a yellow chevron for an AV weapon wielder. Is that what
Yeah.
Only AV
No, that makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense.
and only
What
for
do you
me,
think?
not for my team, just me, because
Yep.
I'm looking at him. It's
Yep.
basically compensating me for the fact that the graphics are really small because
Yeah.
I'm in the air.
So-
It's
So that's so it's nothing to do with rendering. It's simply you're quite a long way up in the air, but you have no idea what targets to prioritize. Like you said, if we walked into a room, we'd be able to tell immediate danger. But for a dropship pilot, you're at distinct disadvantage because you cannot see. You might be in a position to attack several enemies, but you have no idea which one to take first. And,
No, true. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun for you there, Judge. Doesn't sound like a lot of
No.
fun for you at all there, dude.
It isn't, and that's the thing is, I just want it to be fun for both of us. I want the
Yeah,
swarm
no, I
launchers and
agree.
the forward guns to be rewarded
Yeah.
when they shoot at me, but I don't want to have to wait for them to shoot me first before I can shoot back, and that's the thing I'm asking for. I just
But
want
That's
balance.
that's an insight I never imagined.
No,
was
me neither,
an
actually. I
an
feel a
issue
little bit guilty.
at all. I'm really glad that you brought this up because anybody can get ban off the rooftops, picking off dropships, and down into the ground where the rest of us can get our grubby little mitts on him. Is a good thing by me.
Oh, what? It's what? I don't always spend my time on the rooftops, Booker. Damn, really?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that poor Judge has had your particular signature
on
on
one or
his
two
backside
occasions.
on more than one occasion. Yeah,
On two occasions, I put
Yeah, and it's worse. It's not even my backside; it's in my face. I'm looking at you. You know, I'm literally my
You do
my
not
turret.
want Bam's weapon in your face. I'm absolutely
I
sure of that.
don't. But then I've heard it's not that impressive a weapon, so
Oh, what? No, come now. Hang on.
No, but it does. Apparently, it does charge really quickly.
Oh,
I've
what?
heard I've heard the charge time is really quick.
Yeah. Yeah, really quick.
Really short charge time,
Yeah,
like an
really
assault
short
rifle.
charge,
Like hold the button and it goes off.
yeah.
You
All
two
day
are a
long.
pair of dicks, I swear to God. The biggest. Oh, what? No.
Well, that
If
was.
we're a pair of dicks, that means we have twice the dicks you do.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So moving on swiftly, because much as I like ripping the Michael out of young Bamster, but what specifically with this, because now we know that vehicles in 1.7 are going to be made quite cyclical, and I'm not quite sure if I understand if that's a good thing or a bad thing for vehicle users, and whether you're going to be able to achieve that with the balance of the weapons that they are on the field at the moment.
It's a thing. It's not a good or a bad thing. It's just a thing that the developers of the game have decided to do. It's different from what we have now. So effectively, to summarise it, you're going to be really strong for short periods of time when you can go in and do your thing, and then you have to leave and recover.
Right.
And that's what we're talking about. And this has been balanced because they've reduced the damage on swarm launchers and they've reduced the lock-on range of swarm launchers. Quick point to mention here is that lock-on range is not the same as range, which is a lot of people make that mistake. You can lock on at 175 meters, but if I run after you've locked on, your missiles will follow me for the full 400 meters.
Right.
Damn, I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that. Wow.
And this is a very interesting thing because it adds tactics. So if let's say I'm at 175 meters and you shoot, your first volley will hit me, but I will just back away and your second volley won't. So if you're a clever player, you wait for me to be 80 meters from you, because then your first volley will hit me, and as I'm running away, you can still lock on for your second and third. So this is where tactics are added to it, because you can't just lock on from wherever you are and then shoot as soon as you see me. If you shoot too soon, just like if you're an AR user and you shoot an enemy too soon, he has a chance to react. You need to bring in tactics. Wait for me to get close. Wait for me to not be able to run away. Wait for my modules to be running off the end of their cycle. So I run in. I'm 100 meters from you. I'm killing people. I'm doing an awesome job, but you haven't shot me yet. And then my modules end, and then you start shooting. And my modules are down. I'm in 100 meters range. You can hit me with all your volleys as I run away.
Okay, yeah.
So you sound like you're quite excited by how that gameplay could pan out. So is how does the forge gun fit into that as far as the cycle?
Oh, hang on. What? Why knock on the forge gun?
Well,
what has the forge gun done to you?
because you wield it, Bam, and I want it to be nerfed to a high degree. No, I don't want it to be nerfed at all. But I'm just wondering, because it's not about locking, and there is a lot of range with the forge gun.
Yeah,
oh, I
forge
see.
gun's
Yes,
exciting.
true.
It's exciting. It's a great weapon to have in the game. Out there is a scary thing. It can punch holes in you, in a tank, in a dropship. But it should be able to punch those holes when it's defending an objective or taking an objective. At the moment, it's got a 300-meter range. I've been killed by them at 327 meters, which is something I have on video. So wow. I know their effective range. And that range is so great that it kind of breaks this cyclical nature we just talked about with the swarm launcher. That I run in, I kill a few people, but I'm clever. I'm a clever dropship pilot or I'm a clever tanker, and I leave as my modules are cooling down. So as my vehicle's weak, as I'm leaving, I'm 180 meters away, so the swarm launcher can't hit me. But that forge gunner can, and he can hit me at up to 300 meters. So even though I've been clever, I've used everything that the CCP have given me, and I'm all the way away, the forge gunner on a rooftop on Line Harvest or Manus Peak can still kill me. So I have a concern, which hasn't been solidified yet because we haven't played it, but there's a concern that the range is too much and the damage is too much. It doesn't quite seem to fit in with this cyclical nature that CCP have been pushing on us.
So what you're suggesting is maybe having like a a distance drop-off. Say, for example, at 100 meters, the forge gun does 100% of the damage, but after that, it like drops off. So when it gets to sort of its 300 meters, it does like 10% of the damage. Are you suggesting that perhaps?
I'm suggesting that it should be a weapon that could be used to scare vehicles at longer ranges, but not kill them. But at short ranges, if the tank is, it should be like with any role. When you've positioned yourself well, you should be able to kill the thing that is a threat to you or that you are most geared to deal with.
Yeah.
So you're defending Bravo and a tank gets within 80 meters. You should punch holes in that thing and it should burst into flames. You should be rewarded for being clever, for using tactics for you've got a forge gun, so you're vulnerable and slow, but your team's defending you because you're standing behind them. All the tactics have done right. You defended the team, you defended the point. Tank gets too close, he gets too aggressive. He thinks he's better than he is, and bam, you show him, bam, what he's done wrong. But as it is in 1.7, you can show him what he's done wrong and he's done everything right, and he's 300 meters away.
I know what he's done wrong. He's spawned in a tank, and I'm going to take my forge gun, and I'm going to, as you've put it, punch holes through him. However, as you said before in your videos, as well as what you said here, if you can't see me, I know tankers have a rendering issue. I know now that dropship pilots can't see me. This is no fun for me either because it's just an easy kill. I'm not after easy kills. I actually, honest to God, thought, alright, before this conversation we had, alright, dropship pilots knew exactly where I was coming from, exactly what I was shooting at you, where I was standing, and you just knew. Now, I don't know. So I actually feel slightly very guilty of punching it through holes through your dropship, and I'd like to apologise, Judge.
Don't accept it. Don't accept it. Don't make it. Don't let him sleep tonight.
You shouldn't apologise, and you shouldn't feel guilty because how would you know?
Yeah.
How would you know? You're not doing anything wrong. You've skilled into a weapon. You're pointing at an enemy. How do you know that I just can't tell you from someone's dropped a coffee cup on the battlefield? You're both dots. I can't. You shouldn't be expected to know because you've not flown dropships.
Well, I do fly dropships. It's called crashing, and that's where I kind of end with dropships. And I believe Booker flies one like a brick. So
yeah.
You explode dropships. That's kind of your thing then.
Yes, he does. Yeah, whether he flies them or whether he's pointing his gun at them, he explodes them. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So there was one thing I did want to actually know to add on to this. What's your? I'm not quite sure how it's going to affect with the finite ammo with dropships. Now, clearly, a tank can go and pull up to a supply depot and re-equip, I presume. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work with the finite ammo. What's your standing on the finite ammo issue?
I watched a whole load of my old videos and I recorded the number of shots I fired in a video and compared it to the new numbers, and they balance out very well. I don't think dropship pilots will have an issue with ammo. We really don't fire that many missiles, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
So you get quite a big stock. I don't know the numbers myself, so you know how many you would start off with, do you, for 1.7?
Yeah, you may get 40 missiles, as you spec up into it.
Yeah.
But the issue is the fact that the current resupply depots they will not resupply you unless you're practically touching them with your dropship. And in many cases...
This is not really very good for a dropship, is it?
No,
in many cases,
very good for anyone, really.
I have to literally fly into a building and then tuck my nose through a doorway to try and do it. So I assume the developers are probably aware of this. They are smart people and they can't possibly have.
Oh yeah, I know the devs are smart people. I mean, damn, they've made this game what it is today. Yeah, and in that, Booker, what's your conclusion on the whole make vehicles fun thing, man?
Well, I have to thank Judge for a huge amount of insight that I never had. I mean, I can't fly dropships, so I think it is a very niche skill, and one of which somebody who's done it right from the beginning and stuck with it all this time was pretty amazing. So well done to you, Judge, because you've gone through some hard times and a lot of times with no love. You've still got no pilot suit. Well, God knows when they're going to bring that in.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Yeah, but I really do believe that there's issues that hopefully are going to get addressed with dropship pilots, and I can't thank Judge enough. Judge Rhadamanthus, I can't thank you enough for coming on and letting people who listen to us know about the issues that dropships have in this game. Thank you.
Dropshits.
I heard that.
Judge, dude, in your final conclusions as to the "Let Make Vehicles Fun" adage by CCP, I believe WOLFMAN said it and LOGIBRO said it as well. What do you want to make vehicles fun, dude?
I want a good fight, just like anybody else. I want a Swarm Launcher who kills me to have done it because he used tactics and skill, not an overpowered weapon that gives him infinite range, or the advantages of no rendering, or hiding in boxes while I'm sitting in the air. So I want a good fight where I can send a message to the guy who killed me afterwards saying, "Good job, that was awesome." That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to be overpowered or to have a huge advantage or anything like those. I want both sides of this fight to enjoy the battle, and neither side to feel that they've been robbed by the game mechanics. The rendering, the size of the objects, whatever. So,
well said.
Well said. Fair fight. Well, in my conclusion to make vehicles fun, I've been having a lot of fun shooting tanks and blowing dropships out the sky and getting the death of the pilot and the gunners. That's all been lots of fun. But after Judge has enlightened me, and that's Judge Rhadamanthus, if no one actually knows who he is, I'm going to put a link in the description to his channel below and all the videos he's discussed as well. Alright, I didn't know you couldn't see me. Honest to God, I did not. Alright, I thought you knew exactly where I was, exactly where I was firing from, and you knew exactly what you needed to do to get me, so I was being the skilled forge gunner. Now that I know it's the easy kill, it's like, oh, that's not fun. It's just too easy. So I'm going to be putting more boots back on the ground, and I'm going to be tearing some people's faces off with my HMG,
Your ass will be grass.
Oh, yeah. Judge, thank you very much for joining us and enlightening Booker and myself.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Welcome.
Bye.
The adult in this conversation says goodbye too.
What you want? What you want? What you want? Come on. What you want? What you want? Come on. What you want? Come on.